Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe Shyam. The Sunday Satsang, September 18, 2022, Radha Kunda, Shri Brajadam. And anyone has any questions, they can ask the questions. So, you have a question? She speaks Russian or English?
English, but
He speaks Russian. You speak Russian? She knows.
Yes.
Multi-language.
Может ли он дать
Lady asked, can you give blessing to this Prabhu who's sitting?
Blessings for what?
Blessings for, на что благословение? For devotional service.
Bhakti Bhavatu, Bhakti Karo, Fatava Jali Karo, Bhakti Bhajan Karo, Nam, Krishna Nam Karo. Don't wait. Human life is Manush Janam but Durlabh. You live in Radha. So Bhagaji. Well, you bless me. He's a Vishwasi Brahmin. He's a guru for everyone. And he's asking, it's some kind of joke. It's nice to start with a good joke. He's a Brahmin born in Radha Kunda, from a high-class family. Anyway, it's his Danya Baba's humility. Jaya Lala Radha Radha Jave Karo Krishna Ras Piye Karo. Or kya? Okay, didn't record that. That's pretty interesting. My ambition in life is to take birth in Radha Kunda in a Brahmin family, ugly John. You already got it. Give me blessings. How Gashaba Dedo.
I knows you from long ago. I knows you more than 10 years ago.
That's how.
And we had meet before some 5-8 years ago. Once I meet you.
Nice to see you again.
I ask you some question, you give me some answer, and I will satisfied with it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm very last, but the sadhu blessing is important.
Yeah, I guess. Sadhus take Manakari from your hand, Vishwasi don't keep Manakari from Sadhu's hands. Sadhus come to Vishwasi, Rari Ma, Maharaj, Rati Dedo. Right, so Veda, around say.
They are Russian devotee, they are living in my house and they want to take your darshan
Oh.
and they want to hear your
Okay,
darshan.
yeah, okay.
They want to hear.
You can say, they can say, or they can translate. Do you know Russian?
I don't know so much Russian, so
Now these ladies can translate for her.
I know, but half, not much.
Yeah,
Can you translate for one classes? Not that one. How to translate?
Questions? Okay. Questions? You can ask you questions.
Maharaj, in Kali Sandaran Upanishad, Brahmaji is saying that.
Excuse me, he's too fast.
In Kali Sandaran Upanishad, Brahmaji is talking to Narad Muni and speaking about Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So he's quoting that Nata Parataropaya Sarva Vedashu Drishyate. I've studied all the Vedas and there is no other means rather than chanting Hare Krishna. So I want to ask Maharaj, we for Gaudiya Vaisnavas, we are chanting, we are following six Goswamis and Mahaprabhu's teachings. So what about the Ramanandis and everybody which are chanting the other mantras and Brahmaji is guiding Valmiki Muni also, giving him, blessing him to write Ramayana also, and on the other side he is saying that there is no other means than this mantra. So,
well, sometimes you have to understand Shastra presents the truth in different ways. The statements of Shastra sometimes, that we discussed this before, sometimes they're lost and sometimes they're exaggeration to emphasize a point. So when Brahma is telling Narada Muni that you can only attain perfection in Kali Yuga by chanting Krishna Nam, Mahamantra, Kali Kamasha, was it?
Kali Kalmashanashana.
Kali Kamashanashana.
Kali Kali Nama Rupa Krishna.
We keep going late in the conversation. Anyway, so the question is what about Ramanandi sadhus and other Ram Bhaktas that chant Ram's name or Lakshmi Narayan's name or some other name? What about them? So when Brahma is teaching Narada Muni about the Maha Mantra, Hari Krishna mantra, that includes all the names of Krishna. Because Krishna says in Gita 10th chapter, verse 8, Ham Sarvasya Prabhu, Ham Sarvasya Prabhu, Mata Sarvam Pravartati, Iti Bhajanti Matva Bhajanti Mat. Buddha Bhava Samvita. So Brahma is telling chant Krishna's name of perfection. That also includes everything. Krishna includes everything. He's a Sarva-avatari. He's Purnatam Bhagavan. All avatars included Krishna, Ram, Nrsimha, everyone. So you can also chant Nrsimha's name in Kali Yuga and get perfection also. Chant Ram's name. Any avatar you can chant. Krishna Nam is Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasvigra Purnashura Nityamukta Vinatva Namanamano. It's pure, it's powerful. Thank you for your question. Is that okay? Should cover your foot with your dhoti. It's not, just move your dhoti in such a way you cover your foot with your dhoti. That's how you lift up. You sit properly. Just move your dhoti around and cover your foot. That foot. Yeah. It's not a proper etiquette. Questions? Bhavati, right. Welcome. Are you a question? Okay.
In Upadeshamrita 7th verse, it says Krishna's name is all sweet, but one cannot taste it because of avidya. It says that. So, means how, because Krishna is all attractive, how can avidya means why it can have
So the question is, 7th verse of Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami describes that one cannot taste the nectar of Krishna Nam if he's covered by ignorance. So how is ignorance more powerful than Krishna Nam? What's your question?
how can it come? How the taste?
How can ignorance is not covering the name, ignorance is covering us. Jonas is with us. Yeah. So what's the remedy? What's the remedy to that? The remedy is to keep chanting Hare Krishna without offense. The use problem with not experiencing taste and Nam is offense. That's why so much emphasis on knowing the offenses and avoiding them. Now, Rupa Goswami, another place in Padyavi, quotes a verse from somewhere, I wish I had millions of tongues, millions of ears to chant and hear the nectar of Krishna's name. So we're thinking, oh, these 2 ears are too many. These ears are too many, this one tongue is too much, I can't bear to chant. I'm not tasting anything, it tastes like sawdust. Eat some sawdust, eat some white flour, see how it tastes. Not too tasty. That's why there's different ways to get the mercy of the Namas Krishna. So how you get the mercy of Krishna? By prayer, by submission, by Vaishnava Seva, Guru Seva. So all these ways, if you're pleasing Krishna, they don't reciprocate when you chant the holy name. If you want to sit down and chant Hare Krishna, get a ruchi, or nam ruchi, a taste for the holy name, and then you get up from chanting, you start offending Vaishnavas and Jivas in general, and throwing stones at dogs and throwing rocks at monkeys. Shouldn't throw them, you should use a slingshot. More effective. I've been here for 18 years, and Haridas is here in this ashram for 18 years, 2004. And we're having monkeys all the time, every day, since time immemorial. And he has a slingshot, and I have a slingshot. And in 18 years, neither he nor I have hit a monkey one time. Basically, they see it right away. Because the slingshot's too conjure, it's too weak to even go very far. They're up in the tree, it goes about 10 feet and falls to the ground. They look at you, what is it? So to get taste of the holy name, that's the pinnacle of bhakti. Getting taste from Krishna's name is like getting taste from Hari Katha. We read books, we fall asleep. We chant the holy name, we fall asleep. We're sleepy guys, you know. So how do we get a taste for all these things? By seva bhav, by humility and dainya bhav, by service mood and humility. But if pride is there, we'll never get a taste from Krishna as long as pride is there. Pride is a great enemy of bhakti, great enemy of human beings in general. Krishna tells in 16th chapter of Gita that pride is a demoniac quality, asura sampat. Dhamma, what's that verse? Dhamma. What's the translation, Mahanidhi? Vishajit Panditji, Vishadivak Panditji. She's the twin brother. Well, English translation. You only know Sanskrit. you go, what? English? Quite about that. You can translate? He's an older brother, he's supposed to be smarter. Anyway, it's about pride. It's bad qualities, pride, anger, etc. So, actually, sitting down and chant, when you chant Krishna's name, that's the fruit of everything you've done your whole life. That's the fruit of everything you've done. So every day you're acting very nicely, very kindly, very lovingly. When you sit down and chant Krishna's name, you have some experience. Tasting Krishna's name is reward for proper behavior, proper Vaishnava etiquette. He's saying, he's and then they're just watching YouTube movies all the time and looking at beauty magazines and fashion magazines. Looking at the latest sales in jewelry shops, you know, it doesn't work that way. If you want Krishna, you get a taste from holy name. If you want Krishna, you want a taste from Maya and a taste from Krishna. Maya's going to win every time. Because Krishna will say, take Maya, I'm busy, you know. You have to be ekanta. We have to be fixed in our desire to please and serve Krishna, and not be deviated left, right, or center. Actually, that's the way I see it. I see when I sit down and chant Krishna, sometimes I get a taste, sometimes I don't. And it's Krishna's mercy. The real taste of Krishna's mercy. It often happens if you whenever he wants to give a taste, he's Swatantra, he's independent, you give a taste on at any time. But generally you have a good track record of good behavior and proper dealings everywhere. Proper Seva Puja, Puja Thakurji, and no offense to Thakurji and Vaishnava and all different places. Then they sit down, Krishna's happy to hear, oh, it's you, oh, you're chanting, okay. Wait, you want to taste it? Yeah, okay. Measure, if you have lack of taste, it shows the lack of your development of bhakti. That's a one real. A lack of taste in non-java means the devotion is less. Look at the ways have a taste in non-japa and kirtan. Take this famous story, Mahanidhi Swami. He's here, he has cancer, he's here to die the next couple of months. So I met his disciple today, he said this month, next month, 2 or 3 months, he's going, his body's full of cancer, lungs, everything. But how much enthusiasm he's chanting Hare Krishna name and kirtan. He's going yatras, Govinda Kunda and Mahabharata, different places, and I watched his movies, listened to his kirtan. He's in ecstatic bliss. He's going to meet the personification of the name, the person Krishna, he's been chanting and serving his name for 40-some years. He's an example. Here's an example of Namruchi. If you want to know what Namruchi is, listen to his kirtan. Questions? Get to see the birds now. Camera's up there. Questions? Yes, Baba.
This just came into my head. I came in when you were talking about pride and anger, and as far as like material attachment, that's no good. Creates all kinds of problems. But you know, the Braj classes, they can feel like transcendental pride, transcendental anger. I don't know if you have any comment on this, like how is that different than the material pride, and how is it, how can we like relish those emotions internally, and not get them confused externally?
Yeah, very good question. So he's asking a question. Gita warns them the perils of being controlled by lust, anger, greed, pride, etc. Yet we see the Brijvasis in present-day Vrindavan and also in Goloka Vrindavan in the Divyadham, transcendental realm, Radha Krishna or Parishads and associates, they exhibit anger, they exhibit pride, they exhibit lust, they exhibit all kinds of emotions. So what's the question now? That's the truth. So how can we appreciate that? Or
I guess that's the question. It was more of a comment than a question.
more of a comment and a question? Yeah, okay, I'll say a comment on your comment. So the point he's making is there's spiritual anger, spiritual greed, spiritual envy, spiritual jealousy. Everything's transcendental when it's fully connected to Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. Radharani becomes envious, or not envious, but becomes jealous of Chandrali to increase Krishna's pleasure. And the coward boys get angry with Krishna because then they get more fired up to fight, and you have a better fight. If you're not angry, you can't fight. Oh, let's fight. So Krishna makes the boys angry, so then they start fighting. Krishna, you threw my ball in the Yamuna, you bum. And it's too cold, I'm not jumping in there to get it. You jump in there. And so I'm not going in there either. So you threw my ball, and they started fighting the banks. You know, blah 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 blah. And Krishna beating Subala's beating up Krishna and anything. And Krishna said, okay, I surrender, uncle, I surrender. I'll get your ball. So Krishna jumps in Yamuna in January. I got a, what do you call it, WhatsApp message from a friend who lives in Sweden. And she said, it's 15 degrees, it's really warm up here today, it's 15 degrees, I'm going to swim in the ocean. 15 degrees, she's going to swim in the ocean. She lives near the beach, I guess. It's called the Arctic Sea. There's icebergs in that ocean. So definitely the ocean can't be any warmer than 15 degrees. The air temperature is 15, so that's 15 degrees, that's not too warm. We have blankets, Toby, sweaters, socks. So she's having a different experience than we're having. So in the spiritual world, everything finds its perfection. Oh, anyway, I didn't finish my story. So Subal beat up Krishna over throwing his ball in the Yamuna in January. That's how I got off on my tangent. So Krishna, okay, don't cry, don't beat me up again. I'll jump into Yamuna and get the ball. So Krishna drowned when the Yamuna runs very fast in those days. It wasn't some little trickle. It was going very fast. He jumped in at Kalyada, and before long he was already at Dwasatitya. He got the ball at Dwasatitya. It's really cold. And all the boys ran down the bank of the Yamuna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He got the ball. He got the ball. That's the main thing. And he came out. It's not really cold. So let's go to the top of the hill. They're spontaneous. They're kids. Now it doesn't make any sense. It's just as warm at the bottom of the hill as it is at the top. And at the bottom of the hill, it's just as warm as it is at the top of the hill. But there you have a kid's brain, they have 8-year-old brain, 9-year-old brain. It's closer to the sun. It's 50 meters higher. If we go 50 meters up in the sky and then top of the Dwasatitya, we'll get closer to the sun, be warm up there. So he ran up to the top, everyone ran up to the top of the Dwasatitya. Subal gave the ball, Krishna gave the ball to Subal, and he ran up. And they got there and said, it's not very hot here. It's just as cold. And Krishna said, don't. And then Srideva understood it was time for him to do seva. Srideva, oh, Krishna's cold, it's my opportunity to do seva. Okay. He manifested 12 Suryadevas. Aditya, no, what is it? I get confused by Maharaj. Aditya Arkaya Bhanami Bhaskraya Kagaya Haranyagarbhaya Kagaya Mrichye Mitraya Pushne Ravi Savitri. He manifests Dwaras means 12 forms of the sun. They all have individual names, individual planets, they're located in different universes. So they all came there to do seva. Not two sons came, the whole family came. Whole parivar, all the 12 sons, whole totality came there to heat up Krishna. So that's the result of anger. Usually you get angry with somebody here, you beat them up, beat them a black eye, don't talk to them for 6 months. So there everything finds its perfection. First get there. But to get the perfection, to experience transcendental lust and transcendental anger and transcendental envy and jealousy, we have to become pure devotee. So first you have to get free of material anger, material greed, anger, lust, kam, krodh, lo, moha, matsaya, chordye. All these things have to be gone before we can have Krishna darshan and Krishna live, pravesh, and golok prapti. Prabhupada once gave a lecture in New York City, 1966. He's talking about desire. Because everybody, all the students, they were new students, so they would go to the lecture and take Maharaj and go outside and smoke a cigarette, or go down the street and buy chocolate bars, by Hershey's chocolate bars, and become a chocolate company in America, Hershey. eat that stuff. And then there's a donut shop. There's a donut shop down the street. They go there and buy donuts, egg clear donuts. They're made of eggs, you know. They come back, do kirtan, have a good time. So eventually, one day, this is 1966, and then after some weeks, Prabhupada said, well, these guys are off the wall. So in hand, he didn't usually, everything Prabhupada wrote was type. He had a typewriter, you know. He couldn't wait to type, it takes too long. So one day he took out a piece of paper, wrote on a piece of paper, all initiated devotees must follow these 4 principles. And he wrote on a piece of paper, and he posted. And he said, no frolics on sports. No, don't sporting goofing off, you know. And all the 4 regular principles. That's how the 4 regular principles started. Beginning, there was no principles. Chant, dance, and take prasadam. And chocolate bars and cigarettes and anything else you want. But gradually, Prabhupada tightened up the program, you know. That handwritten thing is posted in different temples. The copy of Prabhupada's handwriting was posted in Delhi Temple. It was photocopied and laminated. Maybe it's in Prabhupada's letters or somewhere. He's printing, he's not writing capitals, bold print. All initiated devotees must follow these principles. Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, what now? Late rainy season. Sneha, right. Long time no see.
It's so nice to see you, Maharaj.
I feel the same way. Okay, what about you, sir? Oh, Ruski well. All them Ruski wing here. We're just flying with English and Hindi for a while. Now we got three languages. Okay, here we go. Wait, let's start this again. That was a little crazy stuff. Okay.
The question is, now war is going on between, Russia and Ukraine, and sometimes I watch news and it's offend my japa, so I cannot chant proper. Should I watch news or not?
No.
We ask Maharaj, should we watch news?
Although he's asking a question that there's a war, everyone of course knows there's a war going on, military maneuver, whatever they call it. A war going on between Russia and Ukraine. And he says he watches the news of what's going on there, and he gets disturbed and it affects his ability to concentrate on japa. There's not one answer to that question. He's asking, should I watch the news or not? Because, who's the news about? Is your mother in Ukraine? There's a lot of other sub-questions to ask. Your parents are there, your relatives, your devotee friends. You want to know what's going on. That's obvious. Prabhupada also looks at the newspapers every day and find out what's going on in the world news. So that's important news for you, or Russian or Ukrainian or whatever you are. So it means a lot more to you than me. I don't even look at it, I don't have time for that, but so me, I don't look at it, doesn't affect my job, but you may need to look at it, because if you don't look at it, you go crazy. That's also affect, if you don't look at it, also affect your job. You see your change out, what's happening over there? Is my mother still alive? My uncle's still alive? The boys got blown up, the Food for Life got blown up. So, there's nothing wrong with knowing the news. I mean, Prabhupada, you can look at Prabhupada's letters book, he wrote a letter that said, my disciples do not read newspapers. Prabhupada read newspapers every day. Because he's a leader and he's traveling from country to country. He wants to see, I'm going to this country having war, I'll change my travel plans. So devotees read newspaper because they're habituated to it. It wasn't for seva, they're just for enjoying. Mostly reading the comics and sports page and stuff. New York Times, Daily News of New York City. They're all New Yorker guys, guys and girls from New York. They want to find what's going on in a big city. Probably specifically real. You can search on folio newspapers. Type in more newspapers and Google search, you'll find an article, a letter from my disciples to not read newspapers. Well, he didn't say Newsweek magazine. He didn't say Time magazine. He didn't say Net News, whatever. The idea is that it all comes out of the category of prajapa. All mundane news is prajapa. It's anartha. It's an anartha. Anartha means against my wealth. A-R-T-H-A, means, like we say, dharma, art, kamoksh. A-R-T-H-A means value, wealth, progress, benefit. And anartha means against my progress, against my wealth, against my benefit. So there's no benefit for newspapers, for most people. For you it may be beneficial, may be important. You have to decide that for yourself. There's not one answer to that question. Because everything is individual. Doctor doesn't get one medicine, the same medicine every patient. For this guy to look at it, he shouldn't leave to Maya if he looks at news. But for you, it's not Maya, maybe Krishna conscious. You have to, you understand yourself. Are you Ukrainian?
Я с Приднестровья, там рядом с Украиной.
He's from that area. He's from that area. So it's your home. There's a war going on in Switzerland. You won't look at the news about Switzerland? You definitely look. Come on. Some of these don't have their heads in a hole like an ostrich, Ostrich is an Australian bird, and he sees some danger, he puts his head in a rabbit hole. Rabbits dig holes in the ground. He puts his head there, okay, no danger. The tiger jumps on his back and eats him for lunch. So we're aware, we know what's going on. Like one time someone came to me 10, 20 years ago and said, "What do you think of tsunami?" And I said, "That's very good." He said, "What do you mean? Because you're merciless, you have no compassion, you're a demon, you're not doing, you're a fake doing." I said, "What? Tsunami means a good holy name. Su means good and Nam means holy name. The holy name is always good. Anyone chants it, anyhow you chant is good." No, you Stu, didn't you hear? There's a huge hurricane, typhoon, cyclone in Polynesia, and where's that place called? Malaysia, big hurricane, and 1,000 people died, and all the homes. I said, "Oh, that's very bad." I said, "No, I didn't know anything about tsunami." I was sitting around going, "Well, I don't know about what's going on in Malaysia." I didn't, I had my head in the hole. Head in my Bhajanguva. My head is my Bhajanguva. So, sometimes it's good to come out of the hole. Look, what's going on? I only know what day of the week it is because I change my Thakurji's outfit to different color, different day. Otherwise, if somebody asks me a day, somebody asks me, I look at the outfit, oh, it's Saturday. Because the Thakurjis, the D's, the Thakurjis, Murtis, are supposed to wear the color of the day, which represents the devatas in charge that day. For example, today is Sunday, it's in charge, is ruled by Surya Dev, Sunplanet, and that color is ruby red. So Thakurji wear ruby red, and tomorrow's Monday, Moon Day, Chandra Days in charge of Monday, Thakurji wear Safed copper, Safed Boshak, white clothes. And Tuesday's Mangalvar means Prabal, the jewel is controlling. Mangal is Prabal means coral, kind of orangey red color. And when Budvar, Wednesday is Buddha Day. Budvar Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Mercury's green. And Thursday is Guru Day.
Yellow.
Guruvar, the day of Guru. Brihaspativar, Thursday, and the color is yellow. And Friday is Venus. Sukracharya, Shukra. And Venus color is white, kind of white. White like diamonds, white diamond type. Diamond white. And Monday is moon white. like milk, like moon. Monday is moon, but Friday is the planet. The color for Venus is white, but silvery white. So you make office photography on Friday. You use silver jari and use diamonds. You make office photography on Monday. Use pearls. You use pearls and moonstone and white opal and stuff like that. You got money. Yeah, money. Use white opal. pearls, white opal. Like that. Conch shell. Conch shell bangles, conch shell necklaces, I don't know, whatever. They make cotton necklaces out of little conch shells. They're a shoe, they're not shoe. Only real conscious, pure, anything, not real conscious, not pure. Okay? What happened now?
Saturday, Gurudev?
Oh, it's Saturday. Well, it's Saturday. Shani Maharaj ki, Shani Dev ki jai. Shani is Saturday and he likes dark neelam, dark blue or black. But his skin color is dark blue. His color of body is the same as Krishna. He's a devotee of Krishna also. Okay, question. More question?
Is there any pastime?
Wait.
Is there any pastime of Shanidev in Kamya and Kokilavan?
Any pastime of Shanidev and Kokilavan? I don't know. He's there. There's a Murti form of Shanidev there. But he became popular. Shanidev and Kokilavan, which is near Koshi, Nandagram side, Yavagram, Kokilagram, it's all nearby. That deity became famous the last 20 years. Before that, the deity at Narada Kunda, Naradavan, as far as this whole area, Gaudiya side, Varsananagam, Gaudiya side, the deity was popular was Shanidev at Narada Kunda. That's a very ancient deity there. So everybody would go there and do puja, and there's a nice mandir there. There's a Nibarki temple there, Hansavan and Radha Krishna. Yugal, Astadamurtis, Radha Krishna Yugal. Radharani sitting on Krishna's lap. Rasti, very beautiful deity, big size. Big mandir. It's Nibark Sampradaya, a lot of money, so it's a big complex here. And the government gave a lot of money also to develop it. You're in there in Narada Kunda? Very peaceful place. Now a little busy, but all days is really nice. So, pastime, I don't know, Shani's worship forever. Jai Shani Dev. Okay, let's see, wait a second here. Yes.
How to increase surrender to Guru? Is it benefit from Krishna or
Oh, this is Yashaswini's question.
Yes, devotee can.
Is your question?
It's my question.
Because I had the same question on my WhatsApp from a week ago. I was going to answer it in Sunday Satsang, so I guess now's the time. The question was asked by Dr. Yashaswini Dasi. Devi Dasi. DD. And she's a good devotee over there in England. She's a doctor and a nice devotee. So she asked a question. This is a question for initiated devotees taking Diksha. She underlined some book of Sadhana. What does it mean to surrender to Guru? Is that your question, sir?
My question is how to increase How
Okay,
what's
well,
meaning
I'll try. Another question: what does it mean? How to increase? So we'll try to incorporate both.
How get it? Yes, not to increase, but how. How actually get it? Because there is no surrender, so how.
No surrender. How do I get? I like well for sub branches of one question.
Yeah.
Surrender. Oftentimes I say that to accept the principle of surrender is the biggest revolution in a devotee's life. Because you have to understand what is the nature of the jiva. Since in immortal time, eternal time, we have two aspects of our mind and our heart and our ego. One is, I'm an independent controller, I'm an enjoyer. The two aspects of every jiva, especially human beings, his tendencies are more developed. Even ants like to eat sugar. Usually they eat dead roaches and dead lizards and stuff, and their diet. But they get some sugar, they go pretty crazy. It's like Sunday feast, bhaktas, get the sweet rice, they go pretty crazy. So these are our two natures. This is our svabhav. This is our ego. Our ego. The train of our ego goes on two tracks. One is independent controller, and one is enjoyer. So to surrender means you give up both things. Surrender means I give up my position as independent controller, give up my position as absolute enjoyer. Very difficult, impossible. That's why surrender. Diksha is the beginning of surrender. You can measure your surrender to Bhagavan or surrender to Krishna, how much you surrender to your Guru. Because Guru is a physical representation of Krishna right before us. Sakshat Hari. Representation. He's not Krishna. He's not Sarvagya and all that stuff. It goes in degrees. Surrender begins at, it's a Guru Pada Ashraya. Ashraya means taking shelter, surrendering. That's the first step of bhakti. The last step is Krishna Prem, Seva, Loka Vrindavan. So there's many steps between the first step of surrendering, putting your head at the feet of Guru, and putting your head at the feet of Radha and Krishna and Kunja. That's the high end of the deal. That's the ultimate conclusion of the deal. So surrender is an ongoing process. I surrendered. It should be present as I am surrendering. I am endeavoring to surrender more. The fact that someone accepts that human life is meant to realize God, and there's another reality beyond this material reality. There's a spiritual realm which is eternal, full of happiness and bliss and full cognizance and knowledge. And belief in that and acceptance of that and understanding to attain that, I need a teacher, I need a guide, I need a guru. And then you get the intelligence, Krishna gives you intelligence and determination. You surrender to Guru. That's the beginning of surrender. Now you're millions of lifetimes of being the independent controller and the supreme, illusory supreme controller is starting to end. If you turn off that fan, it's not going to stop immediately. It's going to slowly do. So we can watch our progress day by day. Another way to look at yourself, I've been practicing bhakti for 14 years, let's say. What was I 14 years ago, what am I today? You're the same?
No.
Hold on. I don't know. I have to figure out. No, the obvious answer is I'm different, I've changed. Change in consciousness. The body's also changing. I had black hair when I was young, now I have gray hair, so all the changes are there. But when I'm talking about change of consciousness, change of attitude, change of outlook, I'm not the enjoyer, I'm not the controller, Krishna the controller, Krishna's the enjoyer. And everyone knows in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu there are 6 sins of surrender. Anukalasa, Sankalpa, Pratikalasa, Varjam, Rishishya, Titi, Vichasa, Gopal Chaitanya Rantata Karvanye Karvanik Sheva Sadvidava, 6 words. Accept everything favorable to Krishna consciousness and Krishna's pleasure. Basically, surrender to Guru means this. Surrender means, what does it mean? What's the difference? I'm surrendered to Guru. Surrender to Guru means I'm following the principles taught by my Guru. I'm following the teachings taught by my Guru. I'm following the instruction given to my Guru to the best of my ability. That ability can always improve. We can always improve. You get your report card from school, B-. And the teacher writes on B-. Room for improvement. So we have to improve more and more. Bhakti is supposed to be progressive. Shada, Sadasanga, Bhajana Kriya, Diksha, what is it? Yeah, what was it? What was the progression? How does it start? Ado Shraddha Sadasanga, Bhajana Kriya, Narta Nivriti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. And then Sneha, Man, Pranaya, Raga, Divyam, Madan. 16 steps to frame. 9 steps in Sakadeya and 7 steps in Siddhadeya. Sneha, Man, Pranaya, transcendental Sneha, divine Sneha. You're on the way. The main thing about if you have a guru and you're trying to practice bhakti, don't become envious of the guru, don't become offensive to the guru. That's a big danger. Being envious of the guru and offensive to the guru. Guru means guru. Now your dictionary means guru principle in general. Guru and other gurus. You have your guru, you offend other gurus, that's offense to your guru. So that's a problem with disciples. They're not properly behaved and proper speaking and attitude. So it's a gradual process. It's based on love. In other words, if you love the Guru, you're submissive to the Guru, you get blessed by Krishna. The more you surrender, the more you get blessings from Krishna. Surrender to Krishna, he loves you, he surrenders to you. You love me, I love you. You don't love me? Okay, get lost. I don't need you. I need you to be students so I can call myself a teacher. If I don't have any students, I'm not a teacher. The Guru needs a disciple, the disciple needs a Guru. They need each other. Because Krishna wants it that. Krishna wants a Guru and wants the disciple to come together and serve him. Krishna wants everyone to serve him. Surrender to Guru. Can you say something about Yashini? Can you say something about surrender? Why did I speak from my own life? 47 years ago, I read Prabhupada's books, I met devotees, they talked to me, they preached to me, and Krishna gave me some mercy and inspiration. And I thought about what I'm about to do. I'm going to give up my entire material life, external material life, and my ambitions for my career in medicine, and my family and relatives. I'm going to live in the temple, sleep on the floor. I have to dedicate my life, my whole life, to following these 4 principles and serving the order and instruction of my Guru. Am I ready to do that? Am I ready to do that? So I did it, wholesale. I surrendered everything, whatever I had, whatever mine is, that's a little slow to surrender. But everything external, everything gone. Friends, family, everything gone. Goodbye. One man's way is not another man's way, but that's I took surrender to the fullest definition that I could within my means. What can I do? And I didn't surrender. I never hankered for what I gave up. I never lamented, oh, I lost this, I lost that, I left this, I left that. It's so hard now. I had such good friends out there, I had such a nice house and good food, and now it's crappy food. And I never lamented for 1 minute. Positive and progressive. Go forward. Your nose is in your front of your face, pointing forward. There's only one direction we can go, is forward. Boom. Like a buffalo. Buffalo has no reverse gear. Buffalo, it goes straight. Cow can go reverse, left, right, omnidirectional. Oh, woo, woo. Age se, piche ne karo. Nakia. Piche nakia. You're cooking? When are you going to cook for Maharaj again?
Next Sunday.
Okay. Because Kartik, I can't take anything. You can still cook for Maharaj, but I can't take You cook it every day. For 1 month on the slide. Okay, what's that? That's trying to stop that. That's what that is. I can't say more than that. Don't be so serious. Relax. Don't get uptight. It's not good for digestion. You're a brush of dog. You're Radha Kunda. What more do you want, kid? Just behave yourself and you go to Gaudiya. That's all. Just behave yourself. Don't make any sins and be a nice person. You go to Gaudiya. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'll put it in copper plate. I'll write in copper plate. I'll etch it in a copper plate. See and brush and do bhajan, you go to Krishna. Bas. Who is this? Is he your son or?
Yes.
Is your
My
relative?
sister.
Your sister's kid. He's a fucking Brahmin. Got his ears. This is good for memory. You know English? You know? This is having your ears pierced is very good for memory, for buddhi. It's a sanskar for Brahmins and for people. But it's very good for buddhi. That's why when you're bad, your mother pulls your. Listen, where's your brain? Listen to me, behave yourself. Oh, okay, I'm getting to her brain now. Keep holding my ear. Okay, I figured it out now. I'll be good, You believe it or not, it's so funny. Because in the West, they make a business out of everything. So in India, mothers for 10 million years, starting with these shows, they've been pulling their sons' ears, And so now there's a whole new yoga called super brain yoga. It's super brain yoga. You can check it out, go to YouTube and check it out. It's such a farce. But it's based on the principle that if you press your earlobes, it stimulates your memory. Because the right ear is connected to the left hemisphere, and the left ear is connected to the right hemisphere. That's anatomical fact. Nerves work that way. So they have this yoga now, and they tell you they have a film how to do it, and Wikipedia tells first you cross your left arm and your right arm over your right arm. And they tell you how, it's so crazy, they tell you how to hold your earlobe. You can't hold your earlobe, obviously you want to hold like this. This is the way your hands work. But because it's upside down, alt the guy. They turn the hand around like this. You have to hold your ears backwards, like with your thumb backwards. And then that's not all. You have to close your mouth and press your tongue to the top of behind your front teeth. Then you bow, you do squats, squats. You do squats. But you have to come right in front of you. Your exhale going down, inhale coming up. 15 to 20 times, you get super. You do this for 6 times, you get super brain. Crazy. So before you come to Sunday Satsang, you press your earlobes. So when I give you questions after Sunday Satsang, you have the answer. That was just a little joke, just to show you how absurd the modern world. I didn't record. I erased it. But just to show you how absurd the modern world is. They make a business out of super brain. Well, every Mataji and every mother in India holds the earlobes of the kids since millions. Ram's mother Kaushalya was pulling Ram's ears 3 million years ago. It's not a new thing. Super brain yoga. And you give it a fancy name, and that's has the word super there. Super. It's just regular brain yoga. It's not what brain yoga. Super brain. It has to have the word power or super. Superpower brain yoga. That was crazy. Okay. Question. You have a question? Yeah, you. Miss Croatia.
Well, I wasn't thinking so much about the questions before, but then when you mentioned in the beginning that if someone does this Simhadev mantra, he will conceive perfection. And then I was thinking, what kind of perfection, since I'm working every day as a Jyotishi, and sometimes I'm used to give people mantras, even though I'm not qualified, I know that. But somehow you have to give something to the people, some kind of remedy, and since I'm not doing that Hari Katha thing, I'm giving Simhadev mantra. So half of my sitting is already chanting Simhadev mantra. So I'm asking, what will be with them? What do you think?
What is you saying?
She is a Jyotishi, she is an astrologer. So
Okay.
whoever coming to her for consulting, so she is not going for karmakandi things, so she is giving them Narsingadev mantra. So she
What's she giving?
Narsingadev mantra to them
Okay, that's
as a
good.
remedy. So she is asking what is going to happen.
Nrsingadev controls all the grands. It's a fact that Nrsingadev controls all the grands, all the planets.
So what is going to happen with them? As they are chanting this mantra, what happens?
They'll get success.
Some people are very attached to that mantra. They
Very
really love
good.
that.
Very good.
Very happy with that. So I
Great.
was thinking, what will be
Well, they'll go to Nrsimhaloka. And Nrsimha has his own planet in Vaikuntha. That's a fact. Because mantra, the purpose of mantra is to get siddhi. And the siddhi means you attain, you chant a mantra, you attain the Ishtadevata, you attain the planet or the reality where the Ishtadevata lives. So we're chanting Hari Krishna mantra because we're worshiping Radha Krishna by chanting Hari Krishna mantra to attain Goloka Vrindavan. So we're chanting the Nrsimha mantra to worship Nrsimha Bhagavan and you attain Nrsimhaloka. That's the perfection. That's good. You're liberating so many people.
I just don't know what to do, so I'm thinking maybe Simhadev is good for them.
Nrsimha is good.
Because it's very hard in the Western countries, especially in my country.
If they chant the mantra, I understand all that. Yeah, Hare Krishna weird thing, you know.
Yeah.
Chant Om or any damn thing is good. Oh no, Shivaya, Bam Bam Loli. So the Nrsimha is Krishna Bhagavan. in Bhagavatamrita by Rupa Goswami Pad, he talks about three parakashta forms of the Lord. One is Nrsimha, one is Rama, one is Krishna. All these forms of Bhagavan have equal power, equal prabhav. Krishna, Rama, and Nrsimha on one level, on the terms of Bhagavad Tattva. Bhagavad Tattva, they're all powerful. Nrsimha can play a flute. But in terms of Rasa Vichara, in terms of Rasa, Krishna is Rasa Shekhar. And Ramchandra and Nrsimha aren't anywhere comparative to Rasa of Krishna. But the Rupa Goswami is making the point that these three are all that there's Das avatars. Sri is one Das avatar. He's the supreme among the Das avatars. There's Vama and Buddha and Matsya, Parasuram and Kurama and all the whole gang. There Ram, Balaram. Balaram is equal to Krishna, no different. But in the Rupa Goswami is making the point these three are part of Krishna and Balaram are one. But so Krishna, because Krishna is Golok Vrindavan, and Ram and Nrsimha are Vaikuntha. So they're very special forms of the Lord. So you're first of all, you're a Radha Krishna Bhakti. You're initiated by Diksha Mantra Radha Krishna Bhakti, Kamgaji Gopal Mantra. So you have a prabhav, you have a power, you have an influence, you have a radiance, you're emanating Bhakti in your words, in your glance, in your form. And so they're worshiping Nrsimha. Nrsimha will take all their narthas out and they'll be able to worship Radha Krishna one day. That will be the ultimate success. But they really get attached to Nrsimha. They say, who is this Nrsimha? They say, oh, it's this guy, he's half man, half lion. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, here's a t-shirt. Here's a t-shirt, here's a ring, here's a bead bag. He's chatting mantra with a string of bead bag. Lord Chaitanya chanted the Sringa mantra every day when he's living in Puri. He lived in Puri for 18 years. Every day he took darshan on Jagannath Dev, and he'd go up to 22 steps and go to Nana Bazaar. And on the way to Jagannath Mandir, there's a small temple in the Sringa Dev, Lakshmi Sringa. And when he got to that temple, it's told in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he got to that mandir, he chanted a mantra. Namaste Narasingaya Pralada Dayane Ranyakashi Purvaksha Shiotanka Nakalaye Ito Nishinga Parato Nishinga Yato Yamitato Nishinga Vahir Nishinga Ridaye Nishinga Nishinga Dim Sharanam Pravade Sringa Bhagavan Ki Dr. Prahlad Maharaj Ki Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. So this is the mantra you chant every day. So in 1966, when some demons were attacking Prabhupada's temple on 2nd Avenue, the beginning of ISKCON, the devotees asked Prabhupada, what can we do? In May 66, end of 66, beginning of 67, so you can chant this mantra from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Prabhupada took the mantra Chaitanya Charitamrita because he was giving classes. In 1966, he was giving classes 3 times a week on Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he introduced the mantra himself from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's from some Purana somewhere, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Pandit, Nimai Pandit. So he does all Puranas and he's Bhagavan. So it's ancient mantra, that's an ancient mantra. Or so many other Brahmanda Purana, many Nishriya mantras are there. It's a good thing you're doing, very good. That's the best remedy. Actually, I have friends who are Jyotishi and they told me some things. They said in previous yugas, gems and different things would work, yagas and gems. But he said in Kali Yuga, the only thing that works is prarthana and mantra, prayer and mantra. You can buy fancy gems and jewels, and you get some effect, but the ultimate thing is mantra. All the planets are controlled by mantra and by prayer.
They told us actually that...
But you're a Jyotishi, you know better than me, that's for sure.
No, maybe I don't know. I don't want to say that. But when we were taught in the school, they told us that the stones are in a tamastic way working on people, and mantras are in a sattvic way influencing.
Whatever works. We follow the formula, whatever works. Prabhupada, at the end of his life, he's having trouble with his health, so they got him a blue sapphire, like 8-9 carat, a huge blue sapphire, a huge one. Guru Kripa bought it for Prabhupada. He wore a ring. So Prabhupada's transcendental personality, but he wore a sapphire ring. Everything can be used in Krishna's service, no problem. More jewelry. Gems, lockets, chokers, earrings, bracelets, rings. Is that okay? Thank you, nice question. Stay a question.
Is it offensive to wear blue color in front of the deities? It's mentioned nectar devotion. How do they understand?
Nectar devotion says it's an offense to wear red or blue in front of deities.
Is this offensive?
The cloth is not offensive, but the one who's wearing it is. Cloth can't make offenses. You can make offenses. So the question is it offensive to wear red and blue? I seem to answer this question. Basically, it's like this. What is the meaning of bhakti? Bhakti is psychology of love. Bhakti means love. So if you love someone, you want to please them. So you want to do what makes them happy. It's called anukulasya sankalpa. Anukulasya sankalpa, accept things that are anukulya, favorable for Krishna's happiness. So Krishna in the Puranas, he's telling that one shouldn't wear red or blue in front of me. So that applies to men. He didn't say gender. So you can bend it this way, that way. It's your choice. But that's the Shastra. So 16 chapter Gita, what's the verse? 23 verse? Yashastra 16 chapter Gita verse 23. Yashastra vidya utrija varjate kamakarta nasa sinavatnati nasa kana prankatim. If you don't follow Shastra, you get no happiness, no peace of mind, and no perfection. So what's the big deal? You can wear rainbow colors except red and blue. What's the big deal? You like it. Well, Krishna doesn't like it, so take it out. But we don't speak like that. We're just like quiet, The thing is, this beautiful lady is wearing that red color because that's the color of their Siddha Swarup and Manji Swarup. La Champak, so it reminds her of Siddha Swarup. So that's a little hard, that's a little yellow area, gray area. No one can wear red, but she can wear red. I wrote. There's rules, there's exceptions to the rules. We say in America, if the shoe fits, wear it. Because if you put on your size 5, you put on size 6, it's not going to fit. What's size 4? Personally, to me, I follow these rules and stuff, but it gets like this. If you love someone, absolutely, you absolutely do everything what they want. That's the bottom line. And the love means, we see what surrender means. Surrender means to give up our independence. Wait a minute, Jack. Hold on. Hold on. Put on the brakes. Hey! Start the car. Let me out. You're a nice guy. I'm not going that far. I'll get married and all that stuff. I'm not going that absolute surrender. Forget that stuff. I'll marry you and serve you within limits. I have my borders on my limits.
Conditions apply.
Terms and conditions apply to our relationship. But Krishna doesn't want that kind of relationship. He wants you to terminate all terms and conditions. Terminate them all. It means exterminate them, eliminate them. That's why you say you measure your surrender, but to measure your surrender is the measure of your love. Simple. Oh, I love Krishna, love Krishna. Oh, we're red. What's this about Krishna? It's all talk. Trying to Vishwasi. Yeah, you should go hide in that hole. I heard people give interpretations that red and blue are royal colors and are reserved for royalty, and Radha and Krishna are supreme king and queen and all that stuff. But the Shastras don't say anything. And Prabhupada was asked this question also. I heard him on tape, a conversation in his room. Why don't we wear red? It said we should wear red and blue. Why do we wear red and blue? And Prabhupada answer was, because it says we should wear red and blue. That's all he said. It is Shastra, Tatsvat Shastra Pramanam. 16 Shadra Gita, 24th verse. Next verse. Shastra Tatsvat Shastra.
Yes, Shastra.
Tasmat Shastra Pramanam.
Honey, your wires are loose. Tatsvat Shastra Pramanam. Shastra is Brahman. By your whimsical behavior. Heavy day, watch out. I'm gonna go home and cry now. That's okay. It's good for your eyes. It's good for your eyesight. Tears wash your eyes. Good. Question. What? Oh yeah, Baba.
Is there a reflection of Navadvip in the spiritual sky?
Is there a
Reflection of Navadvip in spiritual sky.
reflection of even reflection? You look in a mirror and see Navadvip. Question is there a reflection of Navadvip in Goloka Vrindavan? You mean Goloka Vrindavan or? Question is there a reflection of Navadvip Dham and Goloka Dham in transcendental Jagat in the spiritual realm? So I said, well, my answer was, you look in a mirror and what do you mean? You look in a mirror and see Navadvip Dham? You're a Navadvip. You go my mirror. Oh, there's Navadvip. Look at the reflection of Navadvip. I've heard different gurus give different answers to this. My own, I read Satyanarayan's answer to this question. It's in his book, Pearls of Wisdom. He said, he gave the answer, and so I'll give both answers you can entertain. First of all, the six Goswamis don't write anything about it. Specifically, they don't say that Gaura is in the spiritual world. They don't say that. And they definitely don't say Gaura is part of Goloka Vrindavan. Nowhere in Goswami books, Narottam, Baladev, Vijayabhushan, Narottam, Vishnuacharya, no one says there's a part of Goloka Vrindavan is Navadvip. So my teachers have taught me that Navadvip is eternally in the Maya Jagat. It's a traveling roadshow. It's going from one universe to another. It's Nitya. Krishna, Gauranga Lila is Nitya. It's eternal, but it's not in this universe. Now it's another universe. Going on and on. So you want to enter Gaur Lila, you can get a Siddha in Gaur Lila and stay in a Maya Jagat and be with Lord Chaitanya. And you get two Siddhas. You get one Siddha in Goloka Vrindavan, one Siddha and stay in Gaur Lila. What's the example of that? Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari. You have two Siddhas. One is Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is in Dasirati, Sekirati with Gauranga. But as Rupa Goswami is in Madhurirati with Krishna and Radharani. Different styratis. One form, one styrati. Styrati means styrati means fixed, devotional, loving attachment towards Krishna. I want to love Krishna, I can go be Madhurirati. If you want to love Krishna like a coward boy, take another form as a coward boy. No problem. Pick and choose. Yeah. The Chandogya Upanishad says that a sadhana siddha devotee can have 1,020 different forms. 1,020 different spiritual forms. Cool, huh? You mean Ram Leela and Sri Leela, all the Leelas? You mean a kaleidoscope of forms and all different Leelas? I'm good with one. I go with one sit a day, that's good enough for me. That's the purport of the whole thing. That's his comment. Awaita Krishna Pandit Baba. Pandit Awaita Krishna Shi. That's his final word on the matter. Very good comment. So my teachers told me it's like that. It's not there. But Chaturang's answer, he explained like this. As the question was asked him, do the six Goswamis describe Gaudiyava in the spiritual world? He said not directly they didn't describe, but indirectly they described. So it was a very intelligent answer he gave. He said the six Goswamis describe Gauranga as an avatar. They describe Gauranga as an avatar. And Goswamis wrote in Sanskrit, so very specific words they chose. They didn't choose words, they didn't waste any words. Every word had exact meaning. So he said avatar means one who comes down, one who descends from the spiritual realm and appears in this world. It's an avatar. The Sri avatar, Ram avatar, Krishna avatar, Gauranga avatar. He said not. So because they describe him as an avatar, by Anuman, by logic, you conclude if he's an avatar, he must have come from somewhere, not the Maya Jagat. So he came to the spiritual world. That was his answer. Very clever answer. So he's your guru, he's your teacher. You accept that and preach that. He's also my Shiksha guru. My Diksha guru taught me differently. So both things are also possible. That's the beauty of the whole thing. But it's true, Gaudiyava is in the material world forever. And it's Nitya, so he's avatars who has it's up there also. So accept both things. Who has a question? Who has?
Baba.
Oh, Baba. Is that okay, Baba?
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Somebody else had a question. Yeah, the Ruski Walla. Yeah, Ruskis, that's nice. I go.
Знаете еще, как живо развивается святой дхана. Потому что есть много утверждений, например, самое простое живо уходит Кришне.
Do you speak Russian? You speak it?
The question is how Jiva progress in Dham.
Да, святой дхана, неважно где, но это Вриндавана.
In Vrindavana, in Holy Dham, how Jiva progress.
Jivas or devotees?
Jiva, is this different? Not all devotees?
There's jivas everywhere. Jivas in the earth, there's jivas in the tree.
Да, ну вот даже про обезьян это как уже Jiva или...
There's a different answer for a different question.
Yeah, even about monkeys, she asks about any Jivas.
Okay, that's the question. How did you progress? Anyone besides human being always goes up, always progresses upward, gets a better form each life. But the Shastras, the Puranas say anyone dies from Vrindavan go to Krishna Loka. You have to translate it in Russian. Hello. She's busy doing her work, you know.
You're amazing.
Brajme Ritike Mamalayam Yanti says in Mathura Madhyam by Rupa Goswami Pad, Rupa called Mathura Madhyam, collection of 450 verses, quite different Puranas on different subjects, different aspects of the Holy Dham, and different places in the Holy Dham. He said, one dies from Vrindavan, they come to me. Krishna speaking this to Yudhisthira. One dies from Vrindavan, they come to me. So different acharyas give different explanation what that means, but it says simply on face value. Krishna saying you die, you go there. So I'll repeat what Krishna says. You die, you go there. So monkeys are going to Krishna. Because the monkeys can't perform sins. The human beings that die here, they may go to Krishna, may not go to Krishna. The next life. The human beings are responsible for their activities, so they have to pay a price. My Gurudev explained it like this. Sri Krishna's Babaji. He said, if someone dies, if someone has the fortune to live in Vrindavan and to die in Vrindavan, there's a special blessing given to them. That in some lifetime, if not the next life, if not this life, or the next life, or some future lifetime, very soon, that person will go to Goloka Vrindavan. So he said, if they're pure and have no track record of offenses, and have not committed any sins during their time here, they'll go right to Krishna. Time of death. But they committed sins, they didn't get free from those sins, and by doing bhakti bhajan, those sins are there still with them. Those aparadhas are still with them when they die. They have to take another birth. Jiva Goswami explains the Sandarbhas that sometimes devotees are practicing bhakti and they're having a difficult time because they're suffering the reactions from offenses committed last life. That's like some devotees having a hard time. And they don't want to do not chanting everything right. They're doing everything right, but they're not making much progress. They're not making in this life. They're not making in this life. They're not making offenses, and they're doing everything right, but they're not making much progress because they're being punished from offenses from last life. So offenses are so bad, dangerous. Silence fell over the audience. For me? Not me. I'm all cool.
Хорошо, зачем так мучиться столько философии, развивать отношения? Можно нам
Because learn some Russian. Learn some Russian. Listen, learn how to speak Russian.
Some Indians, so why we should suffer so much? Maybe we should just go like monkey and come back to we should take responsibility.
This lady asked a question in Russian. Lady asked a Russian style question. We're devotees, we're human beings, we're devotees. We had to struggle so much, we had to watch out for this aparad, namaparad, dhammaparad, sevaparad, so many aparads, and it's so hard to even continue this whole thing. If we just give this up and become monkey, we get liberated. So why don't we give it up and become monkey? Well, you can try, but there's no guarantee you'll become monkey. No guarantee you're going to be born, but what's the guarantee you go, your body is going to be born in Vrindavan? We just say you die in Vrindavan, you'll be born in Vrindavan, that's also true. Don't work that way around. This is like some people, your question is like this kind of question. Somebody asked me, they said, in Krishna, chanting Krishna's name, there's 10 offenses to be avoided. There's tasaparad. So we don't read anything about offenses to Radharani's name, so let's just say Radharani's name. Let's just say Radharani. That's not the way. Your guru didn't give you initiation Radha. Your guru gets initiation Radha, that's your mantra. The guru gets a mantra to attain a particular, he gives a mantra and a mantra upasana and a sadhana to attain a particular Ishtadevata and a particular spiritual plane, reality, realm, Vrindavan, Ayodhya, Vaikuntha, whatever. But you should feed the monkeys.
Yes, yes.
If they bless you, maybe you become a monkey. Monkeys are blessing you?
Yeah, blessed one time. She was chanting mantra and he came and
Obviously, a monkey was a guru. Well, that's the downside. Like it was a guru last time, he was doing monkey business. He's doing monkey business. He got a monkey through. So he's getting, the monkey's getting blessing in this story. That's nice. Good deal. Lucky lady. A lot of times monkeys bite people, so that's better getting a bite. I try to avoid those blessings. I carry a stick to avoid those blessings. Don't even get anywhere near me, Jack. I don't need your blessing, I have guru creep. No thanks, I have guru creep. Keep blessings for the rest of the lady. You're lucky, lady. Oh no.
No, I'm so scared. There's so many ants. There's so many ants, and then how do you cope with that? Like, what are we supposed to do? There's so, no matter what you do, whether you don't even do anything, there's so many ants.
Chanty.
Ants.
Chinty.
Chitty. How do we clean the house? How do we keep it? Like I have just done like a massive cleanup today in the house. Like we just
Liberated a lot of ants, huh? Liberated 1 crore ants.
Because how do you even cook? So how do I'm feeling very scared now. Am I supposed to clean? I'm just leaving.
Hare Krishna while you're liberating them. He's asking you a question.
Not really scared, really.
Okay. Though he's asking a question at my house for Kuti or whatever, so many ants running around. I have to clean my mandir house every day. So they don't cooperate with me. They don't get out of the way when I clean. So I have to put a wiper and water. What do I do? So it's a sin, but those sins get eliminated by chanting Hare Krishna. The ultimate atonement, ultimate prayashchitta for any sin or aparadha is chanting Hare Krishna. And if the devotee does sin, there's no prayashchitta except chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So it's a sin to kill any living entity, kill an ant or an elephant. It's a sin. So we wash the floor, we kill so many ants or cockroaches or whatever. But we chant Hare Krishna or have Prabhupada chanting kirtan while you're doing or whatever. Chant Hare Krishna while you're washing the ants and begging them for forgiveness. But they're dying in Vrindavan and getting liberated, so no problem. That's a good deal. But if you're not in Vrindavan, they're also hearing the holy name. But it's practical because Krishna's seva is primary. The bottom line is you read the Gita. Gita says there's no reaction for any activities done in Krishna consciousness. Consciousness determines the result of any action. What does that mean? Consciousness determines the result. If you're Krishna conscious, there's no karma. There's no result. It's akarma. Krishna conscious, akarma. There's vikarma, karma, and akarma. Akarma means you're Krishna conscious. So you're cleaning the temple for Krishna seva. It's Krishna's mandir, Thakurji's there. So where's the karma? There's no karma. You have to do it. And we used to have a black granite. We had a black granite counter in our kitchen because I thought that was cool. But then I saw that when I was washing it, so many ants, I couldn't see them because I can't see very well anyway. Can't hear very well, can't hear, see, old guy, So they get washed away. So I changed the countertop, got white granite. It was kind of white, kind of gray color. I spent a lot of money, but I felt in conscience I had money, so I spent it to save ants. So now I tell them to go, I say they're not moving, I sprinkle some camphor and they run away. They run away from camphor. Kapoor.
So if we burn the food also they go?
No, they gotta like smell it. They smell, they go by smell, they can smell sugar. Their house is so many, why there's so many ants?
Why is so many ants? Insanity.
Ask your sweet shop. Well, they'll say, stay because every day buy 5 kilos of sweets.
So we just use camphor.
No, when they run out, like you're on your counter, like they're on my counter. I sprinkle the stuff and then they run out of the stove. So I clean out the part on the stove. So then I move the stove to another part of the counter, and then they run over the other part. Then I move and then they want to come there, I put camphor there. Just in the kitchen, otherwise I'm not there. But basically the idea is, the Gita is a very amazing thing. Activity done in the right consciousness, no reaction. It's an interesting concept, because your right consciousness means you're transcendental conscious, you're a Brahman, you're not material anymore. If you're in the right consciousness, you're transcendence. You're not, material world doesn't affect you, karma doesn't affect you. So that's what we're striving for, that's the pure bhakti. So we accept everything in favor of Krishna's service. He takes care of the result. We're killing vegetables when we eat food. So that's killing also. And it's more developed jiva, more developed body. Well, we should feel bad. We try to encourage them to get out of the way, but another way, like what I used to do before I got camphor. I used to blow I used to blow under the stove. The wash real fast. They come out. It's so hard to walk around the floor blowing on the floor. Sugar cleans the floor. These are practical things. There's 5 kinds of imperceptible activities, imperceptible sins, which are counteracted by panchayagya. Panchayagya are described in the Vedas. Especially for grihastas, grihastas grind spices, they cook with wood in the old days. Where you cook with fire, you kill so many insects, you grind spices, so many insects, grind spices, you kill so many insects, grind them. And when you walk on the street, you kill so many, when you breathe, you kill so many. So there's five ways just by existing in this material body. There are 5 different ways we're murdering living entities. So there's pancha yagya, 5 yagyas that are performed every day by grihastas. 1 yagya is to feed guests. You should feed guests every day. Another yoga is do agnihotra, do a homa yoga, Vishnu yoga, do a yoga, fire yoga. So these are 2 of the 5 yogas. So ultimate yoga is Nam yoga. Claire Doshan, Hey Rajan, well no, what's that verse? Verse Svedasha. This verse I call you a 12th canto of Bhagavatam. Or non-Sankirtan.
Nama Sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranasham.
That's your was another verse. This is my mind. But the greatest yoga is non-Sankirtan. So we always chant the name. That's why I said Hare Krishna when you're always singing anyway.
It's already on all the time. Hare Krishna mantra.
That's good. Prabhupada.
Yeah.
That's
Very
nice.
loud.
Yeah, well, everything you do is very loud. You act loud, you speak loud, you talk loud, you dress loud. That's the way you are. That's what you got. 25 Babaji necklaces on your neck, That's the way you are. That's what makes you Sneha. That's your signature. It's good. Variety is enjoyable. Young and wild. Okay, what time is it? I'm getting tired. It must be
15
time.
more minutes.
Thank you. Brahmachari Baba speaks up today. Good. Well, the question is. Hare Krishna.
What actually can help to be more personal in spiritual practice, like to avoid impersonality, to become more personal?
Very good question. How do we become more personal in our spiritual practices? Well, what do you mean by personal? I'll try to answer it, because it's a pretty wide open question. A lot of angles to look at this. First of all, you don't have to be something you're not. Whatever your svabha is, whatever your nature is, svabha means your karma and guna make up what makes you. So some people are quiet and reserved and loner type people. So they don't have to try to become outgoing and become life of the party. It's not their nature. Whatever nature you have, you use that nature in the service of Krishna. We just have to get free from all lust, anger, greed, and all that. You may not be very personal. You're just quiet. You keep yourself. You don't like to smile and all that artificial stuff people do. It's not your nature, so don't do it. Everybody's nature is beautiful. Krishna doesn't say change your nature. He just become a devotee. Just do bhakti. That's the emphasis. Do bhakti. The world's full of variety. Hanuman's one kind of bhakti, Prahlad Maharaj is another kind of bhakti, Uddhava is another kind of bhakti, all kinds of variety. Monkeys can be bhaktis, eagles can be bhaktis, vultures can be bhaktis, bears can be bhaktis. Riksharaj is a great devotee, Ramchandra. Chaitanya was a vulture, he was a great devotee, Ramchandra. Guru is an eagle, he's a great devotee, Vishnu. Let's speak of monkeys. The monkeys are great devotees of Krishna. Krishna has pet monkeys. Radha is a pet monkey also. Maybe it's Krishna's pet monkey. He's put his head on your head. So whatever you are is perfect. Just become pure devotee, that's all. Actually, as I can say this also. There's a flower, it's a bud. The flower is a bud, it's closed. And with time, it gradually opens up a little bit and then fully blossoms. Like the sun, not too much sun, it doesn't open too much. But we have lilies here in this pond. And there's not too much sun, the lily opens a little bit. Like, okay, I'm not too happy today. But there's a lot of sun, like, oh, I'm happy. So our chitta is like a fool. Our conscience is like a flower. And now it's closed. As more and more bhakti comes into our heart, into our mind, the flower of our conscience starts to expand. Our personality starts to change. But that happens automatic. Don't try to crack your head in the wall. I gotta be a nice guy. I gotta be personal. I gotta smile and be nice to people. I don't like people. I don't like. Get out of my way. If you are, just do bhakti, and what let bhakti do is magic with you individually. Bhakti creates magic. Bhakti is the energy of Radha and the energy of Krishna combined. Radha and Krishna combined, dual power. Bhakti is two Shaktis. Vladni Shakti means love and bliss. Love and bliss, and Samvit Shakti, which is knowledge, vidya, transcendental knowledge. So when you advance in bhakti, your personality will become different. But don't force that. When that happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it happens next life, whatever. Eventually you become a very blissful guy. Bhakti works miracles. You're a good soul, you're a good person. Have a good future. You find your guru, take diksha and go forward. You got a great booster shot when you get a surrender to Guru. Booster shot, boom, boom. It's like you're walking and somebody puts you in a cannon, shot fires it, goes through. Whoa! There goes Raj right behind you. He's just walking a little slow. Boom! He shot off. So you get shot out of a cannon. Boom! Nice question. One last question. Nettie, no, what about tying that? What's going on? You're tying that there. Okay.
550.
Right. Okay.
Lomash Rishdasa. Question from Lomash Rishdasa.
Jai Lama Shri Shidas Ki Jai.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam.
I would like to raise a question. Why are different perspectives towards Nitya Navadvip between Advaita Parivar and Nityananda Parivar? Thank you so much. Jai Jai.
Just answer that. I already answered that 10 minutes ago. He asked me what are the different perspectives of Advaita Parivar and Nityananda and Nityananda Parivar and Advaita Parivar on Nityananda in the spiritual world. I don't know so much about Nityananda Parivar. And even in Advaita Parivar there can be different viewpoints. But as I mentioned 10 minutes ago, there's different viewpoints on it. So my Guru, they told me two different things at different times, which makes it more interesting. But one time he said, he almost like Satyanarayan's answer. He said Gauranga is an avatar, so Krishna avatar, Krishna has a planet, so Gauranga must have a planet up there too. He just said like that. That's Hanuman logic. Another time he told me that it's in a Gauranga lives eternally in the material world. It's spiritual lila existing in the material world. Just like there's a planet in this Maya Jagat, this material universe, there's a planet called Mahavaikuntha. Mahavaikuntha is Shri Lakshmi Vishnu lives there. Shri Lakshmi Vishnu expands from there and enters the heart of every jiva. Shri Lakshmi Vishnu means super soul, Paramatma. So there's a planet where he's there with Lakshmi's rubbing his feet and enjoying Chavan Bhog and foot massage and whatever. Lying, sleeping on a waterbed, sleeping on a snake bed or whatever. So that's, he's expanded in the heart. So what is it saying? I forgot. I lost my track. I'm blank on this one.
Maya.
Yeah, Navadvip. So yeah, so Mahavaikuntha is in the material world. That's it's a spiritual planet in the material world. Mahavaikuntha. Lord Vishnu lives there, Shri Lakshmi Vishnu with Lakshmi Devi. So similarly with Lord Chaitanya, whereas Leela is going on in the material world, that's the transcendental realm. It's another way to look at it. Navadvip in the material world is not the material world. It's like Vrindavan here is not the material world. It's transcendental realm. It's all apricot lila. So Lord Chaitanya 500 years ago, he manifested a transcendental Dhamma Navadvip in West Bengal. What appears to be West Bengal. What I've been trained, my conclusion is that it's in the material world, it's eternally going on. But as I said earlier, Satyanarayan said he's an avatar. My Guru said it also another time. So both things are true. But one thing most people like to find out, what's the one answer? I want one answer. The answer is never one until he's two. It's obeyed and obeyed. Lord Chaitanya's Siddhanta is perfect. He says a chinti, you can't figure it out. A chinti means inconceivable. A chinti obeyed and obeyed. It's different and it's not different. Lord Chaitanya's Leela is only in the material world and it's also in the spiritual world. So I just accept this inconceivability. And and we worship Lord Chaitanya, we're Gauranga Vaisnavas, Gaudiya Vaisnavas. And we need the mercy of Gauranga and Panchatattva to go to Krishna, so we're trying to get it. Any last question? Or 5 minutes more, 3 minutes more? Tying that.
No question.
Any more than that? That's it. Babaji? I think you're seeing on a question. I feel like you... Okay, here we go. Watching Babaji. Yeah.
Actually, I had one that was similar to what Saki Priya said about Sharanagati, because actually these are eternal principles. So I was just feeling how a manjari, in connection with a manjari, what are these 6 principles for a manjari?
I couldn't catch that question.
The 6 principles of Sharanagati in the context of Manjaris. How we can
6 sentences of 6 characteristics of surrender, Anakula Sankalpas Pratis.
Because I felt there must be eternal principles. So as a manjari, how this is...
The devotee is asking a question. These 6 principles of surrender must be eternal principles. But I don't agree with that. These are principles in the sadhaka deya. There's no one's worried about accepting everything because there's no discrimination here. Everything's favorable. Every minute's favorable. There's nothing unfavorable. When manjari, bhav, upasana, or when you go to the spiritual world of manjari, these 6 principles that are part of the material world sadhaka realm. Then everything's moving by prema. Everything's moving by prema and lila. There's nothing to reject unfavorable. What's unfavorable about Krishna's nitya lila? What's unfavorable? Except Krishna might maintain it. That's all automatically going on. He's maintaining me. I'm humbly serving him. It's just part and parcel of having a bhav deha. Confirmed. Confirmed. Yeah, Mom, Dad, that's all the homework we have to work on all the homework now. I don't see it as the eternal principles. You realize all these go into making prema. Perfection is Krishna prema. To get perfection, Krishna prema, we have to work on these things. That's a constant endeavor. Sharanagati, surrender, it's a daily practice. Accept, reject this. Is favorable for Krishna consciousness? Vogue magazine? Maybe not. Maybe I should read Bhakti Sandarbha. Is this favorable? Internet games? Come on. How far off can you go? There's one guy's kid, she eats prasad, she watches cartoons. She sets up her telephone in front of her. She's eating prasad, watching cartoons. My kids eat their dinner in front of TV, so now there's no TV, it's telephone. That's an interesting question, but some things are only part of the sadhaka realm and some are part of the siddha realm. We want to mix and match, but it doesn't work all the time like that. Some things are there. If you're not 100% surrendered, you don't even get there. You don't have to accept everything favorable. There's nothing to reject anymore. Just reject Chandrali and Padma and Shaivya. Reject Kutiya and Jatiya. Otherwise, everything's acceptable. Everything's favorable. Everybody's favorable for Krishna's service, except Abhimanyu, Jatiya, Kutiya, Padma, Shaivya, Chandra. They're unfavorable, so reject everything unfavorable. Pratikulas of Arjuna. So Chandra, you do Pratikulas. Pratikulas of Arjuna. Arjuna means reject. So. Malita Saki Vishaka Rupi Rati was Sankalpa. Okay, the Sankalpa. Okay. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.